Last month, we told you about Anaheim's plan to build a power plant that would generate electricity when demand is high. Anaheim was going to pay the Air Quality Management District about $12 million for what are called pollution credits.
The AQMD would then use that money to fund pollution reduction programs in the area, helping offset emissions created by the plant. But as David Nazar reports, plans have changed after a recent court ruling.
A court decision that went against the AQMD has stopped construction of all power plants in Southern California for now. Environmental groups, including the Natural Resources Defense Council, sued the AQMD, hoping to stop the watchdog of smog from handing out what are called pollution credits.
There's a shortage of power plant generation in Southern California. In order to build those power plants, you need emission reduction credits, and the procedure that we were going to use to provide those credits has been invalidated.
That invalidation by a judge has brought about a dozen power plant projects to a screeching halt in the Southland, like the Canyon Power Project in Anaheim. City officials want to build a $230 million peaker plant in this industrial area of Mira Loma, a 200-megawatt electric generating facility that could produce enough power for about 250,000 homes at times of the day when demand for power is at its peak.
Now, Anaheim city officials say they have to go back to the drawing board and revise their plan for a peaker plant out here. And they're not too enthusiastic about it because the new plan calls for fewer operating hours. The city says that might work in the short term, but over the long haul, there will need to be a power plant working out here in full force to provide much needed electricity for its residents.
We'll probably need additional hours to meet as our population grows and electricity demand grows. Then we may have a need to operate more, but this first cut at least gets the facility built
under a different set of guidelines without having to use the AQMD's emission reducing pollution credits, because the city says it wants to avoid further project delays and the loss of millions of dollars. Anaheim officials claim the modified project will not emit as much pollution, so there's no need for the credits anyway. And the revised plan does put a priority on clean air.
The AQMD is the most stringent air management district in the United States, and we've gone to great lengths to make sure that the Canyon project is meeting those requirements.
They have a plan, and we're currently evaluating it, and it's to reduce their emissions below the level that they need to provide credits.
Is it going to work?
Well, we're still evaluating it.
In Anaheim, David Nazar, Real Orange.
And the AQMD is challenging the court's decision banning the use of pollution credits.
The final decision is expected at the end of October.
All right.